Hello, my name's Angela from Angela Simpson Functional Medicine Physiotherapy. Thanks for coming to my website and thanks for coming to the services page about autoimmune conditions. And autoimmunity has its roots in several different systems in the body, typically being in dysfunction. Often there is one area in the body that could be triggering the symptoms more and potentially causing the condition, but typically it is a complex interplay of several different systems in the body being in dysfunction. And it is really important to figure out which systems are not working well for you and working on how to potentially get those improving so that you can help yourself not only manage the autoimmunity, but actually fix it over the long term. Autoimmune conditions can go into remission if you learn how to manage them properly and actually treat the root cause. And so this is the true answer to helping you. And often people don't realize it, but they get diagnosed with an autoimmune condition and they typically are working with their family doctor or a specialist, possibly even some other practitioners. And there is some drug therapies put in place as well as some other treatment management techniques. And often this will help people manage their symptoms and they will feel better, potentially over the short term or maybe even longer than that. But often what will happen with autoimmunity is the symptoms will tend to come back, even if you are being treated with drug therapy. And what will often happen is people will find they have to either go onto a higher dose of the drugs, or there will be some side effects that come along with those drugs, and there will be some other drugs put in place to actually help manage the side effects. And so you can see how sometimes this can become a bit of a cycle and a wheel, because often these side effects will start to affect other systems in the body and create more and more symptoms. And so it is really important to not just treat symptoms, but to actually look at the root cause of why you have the autoimmunity. And people that have an autoimmune condition often have several complex factors going on in their life that could have caused the condition to develop in the first place. Things such as chronic stress. So people that have been under stress for weeks, months, potentially several years, they will have their immune system go into some dysfunction. And the reason for this is because when the body is under stress, it will actually produce stress hormones in higher amounts, and this will directly affect the immune system. It will lower its function. And so it is absolutely critical that you look at what could be causing the long-term stress and working on changing this. Maybe not immediately, maybe it's slow changes over the long term, but you really need to look at putting some plans in place that are specific and individualized to you to help you manage and improve on your stress. Otherwise, you aren't actually ever going to be able to fix that autoimmune condition over the long term. As well, it's really important to look at your exercise levels. Often people don't realize it. More commonly, they're under-exercising, but sometimes they're over-exercising, and either extreme can actually cause the immune system to go into dysfunction. And so it's important to look at your exercise levels and get into a level that will actually help you manage your immune system and rebuild it. And this typically is moderate levels of exercise on pretty much a daily basis. And the other thing that's really important for people to realize is almost 70% or more of the immune system is contained in our gut. And so when you are in an autoimmune state, we know that the immune system is in dysfunction. And so automatically, you're going to have to think, where can I help my immune system? And so you will have to help your gut. And so people are often unaware, but they do have specific triggering foods that they're unaware of that are actually causing that immune system to be aggravated on a long-term basis. And over time, this actually starts to lower immune system function if you continue to eat the foods that are aggravating your gut. And so it's really important to pick out the specific foods for you that are aggravating your symptoms and to start working on changing your diet and modifying some lifestyle factors that could be potentially perpetuating and irritating that condition. And healing the gut and the gut lining is one of the key factors in allowing autoimmunity to heal, and not just over the short term, but over the long term. As well, often people are unaware, but they often have a very high toxic environmental burden. And so what this means is that often people are using, a lot of personal care products or cleaning products in the house, or they're even exposed to environmental factors outside of the house with the air they breathe, some sort of working environment that's causing some exposure to higher levels of toxins. Basically, then the body can keep up with and actually detoxify. So it's normal for us to have toxins coming into our body on a daily basis, and our body is designed to detoxify a lot of these toxins. However, if they're coming in too high of an amount, and we're unaware of how high this is, often what will happen is those detoxification pathways will start to become burdened. And so we won't actually be able to keep up with it. And so these toxins start to recirculate in our body, and they start to create more inflammation, which causes the immune system to go into dysfunction. And so it is really important to take a look at this. And you really need a practitioner that's going to team up with you and help you look at all the potential triggering factors, not only now, but potentially throughout your lifetime, that have triggered the autoimmunity. And make sure that those triggering factors aren't still involved in your life and aggravating your symptoms. So that's one thing. The other thing is to come up with a very specific, personalized plan to help your body heal. And not just to heal the diagnosis of the autoimmune condition, but to heal all of the systems in the body that aren't working properly for you to help you heal the immune system over the long term. So if you're interested in looking further into this, you're not wanting to just manage symptoms anymore, you're wanting to get to the root cause of how to solve this autoimmune problem and get you into remission over the long term, please feel free to give me a call. I'm available for a free 45-minute consult to talk to you about this or any other potential health concern or condition that you feel like you've been plagued with for a long time and you're looking for some answers to. You can reach me through the link at the bottom of the page here, and I look forward to talking to you. Thanks.